Okay, this is another video of my series about grafting cacti. Let's start with basics. This is a pad of opuntia elata, and that's what we are going to use as a grafting stock this time. So let me show you something. I'm going to cut it, let's say here. Now please take a look here. You see, there is a green area here and a more pale area here, and very tiny area between them is a vascular circle, and that's what is supposed to feed the stock once you graft it. Let me show you on something that I have already prepared. This I've marked with black marker. Unfortunately, vascular circle isn't that wide. It's less than 1 millimeter. I'd say about 1/10 of a millimeter wide. So you have to be quite careful about crossing it with the vascular circle of the cyan. Okay. Now, tools and accessories. You will need, or I will need in this case, female stockings that I have cut into smaller pieces of a different length. I'm going to use them instead of rubber bands because I found out that they support both the cyan and the stock better. They provide wider support, as you will see later, and also they are elastic, and air flows through them, so there is no risk of rot or some kind of fungus. Also, I'm going to use clothespins. I prefer that kind because they have a flat grip, as you can see here, pretty more or less flat. Then I'm going to use this green thing. It's kind of a hard sponge. It's called Oasis, and it's used for flower decorations. Of course, I'm going to use some paper towels for different purposes. I'm going to use 1 or 2 pairs of tweezers. I'm going to use a knife. I prefer this kind of knife. It has replaceable blades, and why I prefer that one, it's very sharp, it's pretty much thin, and it's equally flat. It's not like a regular knife that it's thin at the bottom and rather wide on the top. And I'm going to use some window cleaner with alcohol. And these are the plants that I'm going to graft. Two parodias, smaller one and bigger one. Smaller one is about 2 centimeters, bigger one is, let's say, 3 centimeters. This is Echinopsis, Astrophytum, Eriocarpus, and this is Pediocactus. And these are opuntia elata pads that I'm going to use for grafting. I try to use more or less flat ones. Some of them tend to grow fat, like this one. See, it's kind of rounded, and it's not always easy to graft on that one. Flat ones are better as far as I'm concerned. The first thing that I'm going to do, this is supposed to be a spineless form, but it still has some spines. So I'm going to rub them off. And we are good to go. I'm going to clean the knife. Prepare the erases. Let's start with something rather easy. This rounded parodia. As you can see, it has a hole in the middle, and that's why it didn't root. So I'm going to try to graft it. Let me see. This one might fit. I'm going to prepare the stock first. Now, please pay attention to this. Okay, wait. Watch carefully the way I cut it. You see, I made a V cut with hopefully more of the vascular circle exposed, and by that also more chances to get a successful graft. Let me check it one more time. Yes, it looks good. So I'm going to place it, let's say here, like this. Don't worry, I'm going to move this closer a little bit later. And now I'm going to make the same kind of cut, just the opposite, on the stalk, on the scion, but I'll have to cut deeper because there, like I said, there is a hole inside this one. Don't rush with this. Take your time. Well, you can see why it didn't root. So I'm going to have, so I'll have to cut deeper, but I'm not going to cut wider. Point of this method is actually to leave as little of this area exposed as possible. And don't rush. It's better to take some more time to prepare both the scion and the stalk properly and increase your chances for a successful graft. Now, I'm going to put it like this. It's not standing straight, but it's okay. Now, the stocking is supposed to apply pressure and hold both of them, the scion and the stalk, in place. Also, take your time. You need to balance them and also to apply a certain amount of pressure. You'll need some experience for this, so you don't apply too much pressure, otherwise you'll squeeze the soul out of the scion. But after a few times you'll know how much pressure you are supposed to apply. And then you just do this. See this area, and voila. It might rotate just a little bit, but it won't rotate too much. And let's add the label. I have already prepared labels, so you don't have to, but I'm going to do this. Here is the label, and I'm going to move it away. I'll show you later where to. And we are ready for another one. Let's move this away. Let's do another one of these parodias. Wipe the blade. As you can see, it gets dirty. Let's take this one. So again, cut from one side, and then cut from the other side. Make a V shape. clean the blade, and then let's cut Perodia. Also has a quite a deep hole. Let's see, I'm going to move this away. Yes, same thing here. I have to cut deeper. Now, this is much better. You see, that's vascular circle in the middle. So, place it on the stock. Something a bit longer for this. Pull and pay attention so they are at the center. You don't see it, but I do. So as my conclusion is that this is exact amount of pressure, and clothespin. And the label. Clean the knife. Which one? Let's finish with estophytum. Okay. We are going to use something like this. Okay. A little bit away. Wipe the blade again. I got spine in my finger. Or a couple of them. Okay. This one I'm going to cut first this part, and then I'm going to make a recut like this. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, doesn't look bad. So See, things like this might happen. Just put it back. Nope. Let's try this way. Nope. Okay, if it doesn't work, start again. I probably didn't apply pressure right way, so I'll try again. Now this is much better, or it looks like that. And voila. And the label. And we have 3 of them left that will need some additional actions. This is Ariocarpus. It also has a rather deep hole, but the additional problem is the leaves. If I use the stocking, it will spread the leaves, probably break them. So I'm going to do something about this one. I'll try to move the point of gravity, or the point of pressure, or or the point of balance somewhat lower, doing something like this. I'll need the rubber band for this. This way more pressure should come from here than from here, I hope. Let's see. Ah, I got another spine. Sorry. Okay. Now let's cut this one. Yeah, it's rather hard. I'll have to try to bypass this. As you can see, it has quite woody area in the middle. It's still woody. I'm not sure this one is going to take, but I shouldn't cut more than this. So this one is maybe yes, maybe no. And we have two long ones left. I'm going to do pretty much the same thing with them as I did with Eriocarpus. I'll just need the longer stocking. Rubber shouldn't press too much either. Okay, I think this one will do. And let's say this one. Clean the blade again. And let's cut this one. Okay, this one looks healthy, but I'm going to cut somewhat deeper because it feels rather hard. Okay, this is much better. It's rather wide, but let's see what happens. And one more to go. It's this video cactus. Let's prepare the stock first. Oops. Looks good. Yeah, I shouldn't do that. This was supposed to go first. But like I said, you have time, so don't rush. Better safe than sorry. And let's cut it open. It looks good. Ah. And voila. Now, if you wonder about what did I do with the plants, take a look here. That's what I call a wall of fame. I just keep them like this because I found it easier for me and more suitable than any other position. This blue thing is a kind of hard foam, and it does the job. And that's it. We did 6. In about 2 weeks, I'll know how successful was I. Thank you very much for watching.